This is another video of testing and sampling fragrances before deciding which ones are full bottle worthy. As always, I'll review each fragrance in depth, I'll read them, and in the end, I'll let you know which ones are just okay, which ones are a strong like, and which ones are a love for me. But just because some perfumes won't be my favorites, that doesn't mean they won't work out for you and that you won't love them. So listen to every description because you might find a perfume that will suit your taste the most. And welcome back. I'm Miri, and on this channel we talk in depth about fragrances. The first fragrance is Almaz by Kajal, and Almaz means the diamond in Arabic, so the entire fragrance was inspired by these precious and soft after gems that are also known for their enduring nature because they can withstand millions of years of immense pressure to form. The bottle reflects the essence of diamonds. It's silvery green with a lot of details and intricate cuts on the bottle, accentuating the clarity of diamonds, and also it's adorned with poetic inscriptions in Eastern calligraphy that have been placed on the bottle to create 8 zones of lunar phases representing the passage of time. How Almaz smells. Almaz starts with a blend of tart citruses, sweet and mouth-watering fruits, and a hint of spice. Citruses are beautifully balanced and tamed, so they provide some freshness and bitterness without overpowering other sweet, fruity notes. To me, the combination of citruses and fruits with a hint of punchy, fizzy, dewy blackcurrant smells like the scent of peach with something tropical, like you squeezed a juicy slice of pineapple and peach with all their juices dripping down your hand and making it feel sticky. Also, you can smell a sweet vanilla layer underneath sparkling fruits. The opening smells like vanilla ice cream in a bowl with peach and pineapple slices as a topping, drizzled with a few drops of lemon juice. It's a fun, optimistic, deliciously bubbly scent resembling diamonds, multifaceted shimmer in the light because this fragrance doesn't have any darker facets. Citrusy tartness and bitterness fades away with time, so citrusy, peachy, tropical opening after like 30 minutes evolves into a sweet, powdery red berries and vanilla scent with some florals. The scent doesn't feel as vibrant and sparkling as it was in the opening, and even though it's still very fruity, it kind of slows down thanks to the soothing, creamy, powdery softness from heliotrope and vanilla that always control fruity raspberry juiciness and freshness, while floral touches emerge after like an hour, giving some elegance to the scent, but they always complement and lie underneath the more prominent sweet, powdery, fruity accords. In the mid, Almaz becomes a sweet, creamy raspberry scent with some light powdery florals. It has somewhat similar scent to raspberry creme savors mixed with creamy flowers because it's so warm, it's sweet, powdery and fruity. So all raspberry lovers will enjoy Almaz after half an hour of wear when raspberry and red berries overpower citrusy peachy tropical opening. Even though sweetness from the base was present even in the opening notes, the scent gradually becomes sweeter and sweeter as it dries down and as brown sugar, tonka and vanilla grow stronger. Soft woody and earthy notes around the sweet powdery fruits, giving the scent some touch of sensuality. So Almaz finishes as a scent of powdery sweet raspberry creme savors in a wooden bowl. Almaz remains fruity from the opening to the end, but it changes from vibrant, sparkling, sticky fresh fruits and their juices at the top to creamy, powdery fruits in the mid, and then in the base, fruits get almost a gourmand flavor, but thanks to gentle muskiness and some like earthy, woody base from orris and sandalwood, Almaz never becomes a complete gourmand fragrance, so you don't have to be afraid you'll suffocate with sticky, syrupy, sugary candy-like scent. And even though Almaz isn't earth-shattering or groundbreaking fragrance, it's beautifully blended and I enjoy every phase of its scent. Considering silvery green flaken and its inspiration, I thought this fragrance would feel cold and effervescent with timeless beauty of white flowers, similar to timelessly beautiful and cold crystal essence of diamonds. But what you get here is like a fruity cocktail, which was surprising. So in my opinion, the bottle and the inspiration only vaguely fit this fragrance. The longevity is impressive. I get 8 to 10 hours on my skin with moderate projection. So if you find Almaz on sale or secondhand and you love sweet, fruity fragrances with fun, flirtatious spring and summer vibes, check out Almaz by Kajal. Yes, this isn't a status, elegant type of perfume like Chanel fragrances are, but rather something that will give you a playful, youthful, shimmering and feel-good vibe. So it's very mass appealing. I can see a lot of people enjoying this fragrance, and in my opinion, it deserves 8 out of 10 for its scent and performance. The next perfume is BDK's Crème de Cuir, and even though the name kind of sounds like some luxurious type of French dessert, Cuir actually means leather in French, so the name evokes an image of a soft cream made out of leather. Crème de Cuir is a part of the Collection Matière, which focuses on selected raw materials. For example, velvet tonka, that also belongs to that collection, is centered around tonka beans. Tuberose Imperial is built around tuberose note, while Crème de Cuir features leather, but in an unexpected, creamy, soft way. How Crème de Cuir smells. Fragrantica listed some notes that aren't mentioned on BDK's official website, so I put a picture of notes from the website parfumo.net because that list is more accurate. And at the initial spray, you're welcomed with fresh, breezy, citrusy forward opening that is slightly green and bitter, but without usual citric sharpness and zestiness, although it's sweet at the same time because of the pineapple. And whenever pineapple is listed in the notes, most people immediately think of Creed Aventus type of juicy tropical pineapple, but here pineapple just adds some fruity sweetness to the scent as a good counterbalance to tart and zesty citruses, but also it adds a playful tone to the light Swedish note in the background. Thus, the opening combines light, sour, fresh and bitter citruses, some pineapple sweetness and creamy suede note. It smells like you went to the market and you bought some lemons and then put them in your leather bag so you could carry them home. The brightness from the opening doesn't last long, and very soon leathery suede note that was in the background in the opening now takes center stage, while pineapple, even though it's faint, never gets lost. Rather, it merges with pink pepper that joins in the mid, giving a cheerful, shiny spiciness to the scent. So together, pineapple and pink pepper meld with the leather, giving it some brightness, sweetness, and a touch of polished metallic effect. Leather here isn't loud, harsh, animalic, earthy, or oak smelling like the scent of biker leather jacket or the scent of leather seats in the new car. No, it's stripped from any darker facets and it's combined with musk and vanilla that emerge quite early to bring warmth, smoothness, and powderiness to the scent. Of course, vanilla here isn't a gourmand, sugary, cakey type of vanilla, but rather it's incredibly soft, it's velvety, giving a cuddling sensation without any girly sweetness. And therefore, leather, because it's combined with vanilla and musk, smells white, clean, pure, soft, quite delicate, like the scent of suede coat with some polished, a bit metallic sparkle from that fruity, peppery facets. Also, the scent is mixed with woody notes and some slightly smoky, incensey facets from the birch. Therefore, the dry down of Crème de Cuir smells like you're wearing a soft, thick, light-colored suede coat with metallic belt or zippers that cuddles you and gently caresses you as it wraps around your body, mixed with tiny traces of vanilla musky perfume lingering on the collar while you're wearing a wooden bag. The scent is barely sweetened, and in the base it just gets muskier, powderier and drier, but fruity facets, suede and woody nuances remain until the end. And Crème de Cuir smells pale, white, beige with very soothing and warm lighter color palette that is quite surprising considering birch and leather were used here, and they are conventionally considered as masculine notes. Crème de Cuir is incredibly complex but so well blended unisex perfume, perfect for any occasion and most of the year because it's surprisingly fresh, powdery and smooth for a woody, leathery fragrance, so it could be even somebody's signature scent. It smells modern, comforting, edgy and unique, but it still has a mass appealing effect. I don't think Crème de Cuir will be a love at the first sniff, and you might even be a bit underwhelmed when sniffing it for the first time because it doesn't have immediate wow effect, but the more you smell it, the more you will appreciate the way it's made to be incredibly sophisticated, luxurious, gentle, soft, suede-centric fragrance. It lasts really long, about 10 hours on my skin with soft to moderate projection, and because it's not a loud fragrance, people won't chase you down the street to ask you what you are wearing, but those around you will enjoy this fragrance very much. It's sexy and classy at the same time, so Crème de Cuir is stunning in my opinion, and it deserves 9 out of 10 for its scent and performance. The next sample is Sospiro Dolce Melodia, and there was another Sospiro fragrance with the same name but just in a white bottle that was released as a limited edition in 2020, so it's not available for purchase anymore, while this review is for Dolce Melodia in yellowish orange colored velvety bottle that was released in 2023 after Sospiro fully separated from Xerjoff. Orangey yellow velvety bottle is adorned with a golden cap which is engraved with the name of the brand. The bottle looks very luxe and elegant, and all Sospiro fragrances are inspired by the beauty of classical music. I like the music analogy because artistry is needed to harmonize different tunes, just the way artistry is needed to blend different notes into a smooth and captivating fragrance. Therefore, Dolce Melodia should be the melody you can't stop listening to, or the scent you can't stop sniffing. How it smells. It opens with a juicy burst of fruits, and if I didn't know what fruits are used in it, I would say you could smell passion fruit, pear, citruses, and orange, similar to a scent of lemonade, but also I feel like there is a bit of mango in it because the scent has some milkiness to it. Fruits are also enriched with powdery, slightly bitter almond facets that blend so nicely with creamy, milky fruits. And in the air and on this tester strip, the opening is so beautiful with a happy, sunny vibe. It smells like a combination of passion fruit lemonade and almond milk, almost like a scent of passion fruit Tic Tacs many have mentioned. It's incredibly fresh, fruity and sweet with a lactonic feel and tropical flair, even though no tropical fruits are used here. It's sweet but in a fruity sweet and not candy-like sugary way. Unfortunately, on my skin, Dolce Melodia has an intense, sharp, spicy, honeyed, leathery saffron with somewhat synthetic fruits. It's okay, but the scent smells so much better in the air, at least to me, because there I don't get this sharp saffron as I do on my skin. When smelling this fragrance up close on my skin, saffron mellows down in about 10 minutes, but synthetic fruitiness remains on the skin, even though in the air the scent always has creamy, fruity texture, further enhanced and smoothened with vanilla. In the heart, almondy facets wear off within like an hour of wear, and then white flowers come out to give elegant and grown-up feel to this yellowish orangey fruits from the opening. There's a tart hint of black currant with some rose, but it's placed far away in the background, but both give a slight freshness to the scent, never overtaking other notes. Therefore, what you get in the mid are creamy, milky fruits and powdery, thick, plush flowers. The heart smells like you're drinking sweetened passion fruit lemonade in a garden full of blooming gardenias, or even like a scent of passion fruit tic tacs and gardenia flowers doused with a soft cream or body milk. In the base, fluffy musk and hints of woody notes emerge that keep the scent from smelling too gourmand and edible. There is also somewhat soapy, shampoo-y vibe, but creamy fruits and milky flowers are always center stage, like you're in a garden filled with juicy milky fruits and soft, rich flowers. Dolce Melodia is more fruity than floral, but it's very joyful, playful, and sunshiny fragrance for spring and summer and early fall. And even though it's unisex, it leans more feminine because of its sweet, powdery, and creamy texture. It has a crowd-pleasing effect, but I wouldn't say this is a safe blind buy because saffron becomes a bit more prominent on the skin, and also on the skin you can smell somewhat synthetic fruits, so I would recommend testing it first before committing to a full bottle, especially because the price isn't cheap. I really like it. It's beautiful, thick, creamy, fruity floral scent that has such a positive vibe, and the bottle matches its scent. It's equally playful, bright, energetic, juicy, and fruity. It has a great lasting power. I can smell it more than 8 hours on my skin with motor projection, so don't go crazy on the trigger with this one, especially in closed spaces. And precisely because it lasts and projects, it will get you a lot of compliments if you like perfumes such as Xerjoff Herba Gold or Stéphane Humbert Lucas God of Fire. I will also review in this video, so stay tuned until the end. Then Dolce Melodia will be something you will love because all three have a bright, fresh, citrusy, fruity character. I really like Dolce Melodia and I would rate its scent and performance with 8 out of 10. The next one is a decant of Mizensir's Solar Blossom. I already have a full bottle of Poudre d'Eau and Tasha and I love them. I think Mizensir has such elegant, understated fragrances and I was really looking forward to trying this scent out. The scent was inspired by childhood memories of Alberto Morillas, a famous perfumer behind this fragrance. It was inspired by the summer in Seville in 1960 and the scent of orange trees blossoming mixed with the light breeze from the sea while ice cream is melting in the shade on the patio. As Marina said, Solar Blossom is a perfume that is straddling the line between personal and universal olfactory imagination, so it should have such nostalgic effect on whoever smells it. It comes in transparent glass bottle adorned with a golden aluminum plate on the front with laser engraved name of the perfume and the brand. I love its classic minimalistic bottle that looks very elegant and expensive, but how will the scent of Solar Blossom make you feel? Initially, the scent starts off with prominent neroli, which is the common name for the essential oil distilled from the white flowers of the bitter orange tree, and therefore neroli usually smells floral and green, bitter like citrusy peels with hints of honey and spices, sometimes even very soapy and clean. Here, neroli has a fresh, bitter, citrusy, green and floral aroma without pungent sour or soapy vibe. I think Hideon, which is used as modifier and amplifier of fragrance aromas, gives some grapefruit-like tones in this perfume and also some warmth to the scent that imitates uplifting sunshine brightness of the summer. Thus, Hideon tames the usual neroli citrusy tartness. The opening smells like sunshine warming up, slightly bitter, dewy scent of lemon peels. Neroli settles in about 10 to 15 minutes, giving front stage to prominent white flowers, and from this point on, the scent becomes fairly linear. Solar Blossom is a very white floral-centric perfume, but at the same time, there are still some remnants of lemon from the opening, while floral accords have slightly sweetened, creamy, soft and delicate texture because of the vanilla in the base that gives sun-drenched warmth and fluffy sweetness to white flowers. This becomes lemony white floral vanilla fragrance that has quite realistic white flowers with vanilla, evoking vanilla ice cream inspirational story was talking about, but never becoming too gourmand. The scent smells like a scene from the movie. Imagine a very warm, sunny day and a lady in a beautiful linen dress driving bicycle with flowers in the basket, and then she stops to eat some lemon vanilla ice cream. If that scene could be bottled, it would smell like Solar Blossom because the scent feels very romantic but nostalgic at the same time because there is something very familiar and warm in it. I really enjoy the combination of orange blossom petals with a touch of sweet gummy or ice creamy vibe that exudes elegance and femininity. Many compare Solar Blossom to Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy or even Memo Paris Sintra, but they are not very similar. Love Don't Be Shy is way sweeter, more marshmallowy, girly fragrance, while Solar Blossom has some sweetness, but it never goes in the gourmand direction like Kilian does, and also flowers in Solar Blossom smell more realistic. On the other hand, it's not very similar to Sintra either because the opening is way less pungent, sharp and green compared to that of Sintra. This is an easy grab and go fragrance for spring and summer that isn't overly complicated, but it's beautiful and elegant in its simplicity. It's a fragrance for orange blossom and white flowers perfume lovers, and the name perfectly fits the fragrance because it's floral, sunny and bright. It lasts about 5 to 6 hours on my skin with soft projection, so it's not a room filler or notice me, I'm here type of fragrance. Nonetheless, it will get you compliments from those that stand closer to you. It's a refined, pleasant, citrusy orange blossom scent with a touch of sweetness that deserves 8 out of 10 for its scent and performance. The last sample for this video is Stéphane Humbert Lucas God of Fire, a fragrance that is incredibly hyped up and talked about on YouTube and TikTok, especially since mango perfumes are kind of trending lately. So I was kind of afraid to make an honest, in-depth review of this fragrance because my expectations were pretty high and I was afraid I will be disappointed, especially because I'm more into floral and vanilla perfumes than fruity ones, and there is oud in it, which isn't my favorite fragrance note. The inspiration for this fragrance was mythical Aztec deity of fire, and such spiritual inspiration isn't surprising because the number 777 in the logo of the brand symbolizes spirituality, protection, and luck. God of Fire, day and light in Aztec mythology, carried a turquoise serpent around him while his crown and ornaments were made of a turquoise blue stones. That's why the bottle comes in turquoise color as well, with serpent depicted on the front. Is the scent of God of Fire truly divine and a must-have for summer? At the initial spray, you're welcomed with some tart, zesty citruses with a touch of spicy ginger, adding some shimmer. With that vibrant citric spicy opening, you also get a ripe, sweet, juicy, sun-kissed mango as well that is initially subtle but becomes stronger as the scent dries down and develops. Even though I have to tell you that mango kind of plays hide and seek with me in this fragrance. I can smell it for some time, then it disappears, then it emerges again, but it's constantly noticeable during the development of the fragrance. And there is also something Middle Eastern in the opening of this fragrance, almost a bit incensey and smoky. It's faint but noticeable deep in the background. The top of God of Fire smells like ice cold but very sweet mango cocktail with some citrus and a hint of incense. The opening lasts really long, about half an hour, but mango here smells a bit synthetic, and no wonder, because you can't get natural oil from mango, but it's ripe, it's juicy, it's tropical and delicious. Even in the heart, mango is still accompanied with lemon traces from the opening. And now cedar and agarwood give a woody, incensey, creamy, woody undertone in the mid, while the sweetness in God of Fire smells almost cotton candy-like, like ethyl maltol you get in Baccarat Rouge 540 as well, which gives it that cotton candy-like feel, is also used in God of Fire. So it smells like you're sitting on a wooden bench in the summer, you're drinking mango cocktail with some citrus and eating a deliciously sweet cotton candy. This is what you get in the heart, a mix of tropical mango, some lemony traces, cotton candy-like sweetness, and woody undertones. From this point on, the scent doesn't change much. It stays relatively linear, with citruses fading away while musk becomes more prominent with some amber, but the composition still has fruity, sweet mango with hints of creamy oud and leathery, woody nagarmotha. I'm not a fan of base notes because those woody, musky chords and hints of woody leathery facets in the dry down overpower fruity notes on my skin and dry up the ripe, juicy sweetness of mango you could initially smell in this fragrance. So in the end, you're left with a very light, faint smell of very sweet mango and woody, musky accords, like you just finished drinking mango cocktail. You're still sitting on a wooden bench in the park and now you're eating mango cotton candy and your fingers are all sticky from it. Those darker woody and slightly creamy woody facets give fiery-like character to lighter, fresher, exotic fruity notes and evoke an Aztec shamanic experience, which was the inspiration for this scent. God of Fire is very sweet and therefore it leans more feminine than masculine in my opinion, but it could work for any age group. It would be best for spring and summer and for more casual situations, but it's also quite complex, deep and unusual sweet tropical fruity fragrance. Even though it has a mass appealing effect and many seem to like it, I need to be in the mood to wear it because fruity, sweet and woody notes are quite intense and can be a bit cloying after a while. That's why God of Fire isn't a safe blind buy fragrance. It's in a similar Tiziana Terenzi, Kirke and Zerjov's Erba Pura sweet fruit bomb category. Of course, they're not dupes, but they are equally intense and fruity. I really like how juicy and sweet God of Fire smells, but I'm not a fan of the dry down where that mouth-watering ripe mango dripping with juice gets lost and where woody, slightly smoky notes become more prominent on my skin. It's deliciously sweet, fruity fragrance that has a really good performance. I get about 6 to 7 hours of longevity with very strong projection for first 3 hours, and then the scent gets gradually quieter, but because it's so strong initially, I wouldn't recommend wearing it in closed spaces, especially in elevator. I think this fragrance is worth a try, especially if you love very sweet, fruity and woody perfumes, and therefore I would rate its scent and performance with 7.5 out of 10. If you enjoyed these reviews so far and found them helpful, then boop the like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe for more content coming up. And here's a quick recap of 5 fragrances reviewed in this video. But just be aware that the content wasn't looking for the most hyped up and most talked about and most loved fragrance ever, but rather for a fragrance I would pay high price for, and that's because I want you to be a part of my fragrance journey. But also this video and all these in-depth reviews will help you in deciding which fragrance might suit your taste the best, even though that may differ from my taste. The fragrance that I like but I don't see myself wearing it is Stéphane Humbert Lucas God of Fire. It's delicious, it's fruity, and I can see why it's so loved, but it's not a fragrance for me. The perfumes that are strong like are Mizensir's Solar Blossom and Sospiro Dolce Melodia. Solar Blossom is such a romantic, feminine orange blossom fragrance with uplifting neroli and sunny vibe, but softer performance and high price tag, which is the reason why I won't be adding it to my collection, while Dolce Melodia has incredibly milky, creamy, fruity texture, and I love how it smells in the air. But since saffron becomes more noticeable on my skin, this isn't a love and a must-have fragrance for me, but I do enjoy it. 2 perfumes I really like but aren't in love yet, even though they are really high up there, are Kajal Almaz and BDK's Crème de Cuir. Almaz has the creamiest raspberry dry down I really enjoy, and even though it's not a unique fragrance, it's quite energetic, so I will continue to test it and see will this become a love for me with time, and if it does, it will become a part of my collection. And the second one is BDK's Crème de Cuir, and this is the softest, creamiest leather fragrance. It's a masterpiece, no need to say anything else, and if I find it on sale or secondhand, yes, this one will join my collection. And of course, just because a certain perfume wasn't a love for me in this video, it doesn't mean it won't be for you. This is what I think, but what do you think of these 5 perfumes? Let me know in the comments which ones you like, which ones you don't, which one sounds the most interesting to you, which one would you like to try, and if you would like to see previous episode of sampling and finding which fragrances are full bottle worthy, then check out this video next. I will see you there. Bye!